Speak your soul. Speak your soul. Just let it go. Let it go. Speak your soul. Speak your soul. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Welcome to another Speak Your Soul session. The title of this session is What to Look For in a Relationship. Now, there are a lot of things that you should be looking for in a relationship. Of course, you want to have realistic standards, but maybe the title of this should have been What Not to Look For in a relationship, or the top 2 things to look for in a relationship. But I think that a lot of people are looking for the wrong things in relationships. So let's break this down. I'm talking to the ladies first. Sex, you probably don't want to hear this, but sex is not a leverage. The reality of sex today, and maybe even 50 years ago, or people can get it from everywhere. Now, I love listening to different types of music. Music can be fun. Music can help you turn up and celebrate. Music can help you get through a heartbreak. Music is very important to me and a lot of people. But when you listen to some of these rap songs, even the super empowering ones, right? They use sex as a leverage, right? I have the best blah, 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 blah. Insert line here, right? But sex is really not a leverage. It's a privilege for someone to experience you. Yes, right? Like, you don't want to just connect with any and everybody after a certain age. Like, after a certain age, you should be wanting to be intimate and bond and give yourself to somebody who really cares about you, who maybe you really want to spend the rest of your life with, if that is your goal. If your goal is to have a lifelong partner, spouse, etc., you just don't want to share that experience with anybody and everybody, right? But when you use sex as a leverage, then you're devaluing yourself in a way, not understanding that sex can be received from anywhere and everywhere. After the act of sex is over with, it's like, what else do you have to offer your partner? Do you have a lovely personality? Are you kind? Are you motivating? So we're all unique and different, right? Because nobody is like us. Nobody has our experiences, our point of references. We were born in different places. We have different skill sets. We have different personalities. Every person is unique. So that is your leverage, that you're a great person and no one else is going to be like you. No one else. I mean, of course, maybe your mama and your sister, but not everyone is going to look like you. There's just so many unique things that make up a person, right? And when you say, hey, sex is one of my greatest advantages, that's really selling yourself short. So after your person gets tired of you, the sex is not gonna matter. So what matters is those communication skills and all of the things that you can offer to a man outside of sex. So now I'm speaking to the men. Please just don't look for those sexual or physical attributes only. Of course, I know that many men, a lot of men, probably all men are visual creatures, but understand that looks fade, sex fades. That is just not something to look for in a relationship solely. Of course, there needs to be sexual chemistry and compatibility. If you're not lusting after your partner, they are a friend, okay? Please understand, it is not shallow to want to enjoy waking up to a certain face every morning, okay? We have to be honest about what we want too. There's some boxes that just have to be checked off. Looks aren't the only thing that you should look for in a relationship, but you want to feel butterflies. You want your heart to beat when you see that person. You also want to feel highly secure. So you don't want to just feel like your heart is going boom, 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 boom. Like, you're a child all the time and you get giddy. You also want security. So talking to the ladies / men again, kind of, I guess I'm talking to everybody. Maybe this is just saying everybody shouldn't look for just sex, lust, that gratifying experience that gets old fast, old really quickly, right? Finances. This is really gonna rub people the wrong way, or they're gonna be like, what is she talking about? Finances are also not a leverage. Now, what is a leverage is being a self-sufficient adult, okay? A adult that can stand on their own 2 feet. That is something that's valuable, desirable. But when we get into the granular of this person has to be making $150,000, $100,000 a year, I think we should look at things differently. You should think, okay, does this person have their own place? Maybe that's something that we can look at. We can look at, does this person have a vehicle? Can this person get around however it is? Can this person afford to take 1 or 2 trips a year? Now, of course, naturally, it does take a certain income bracket to be able to do that. But I think that people have these hardcore numbers that don't have to be a thing. What you really want is an ambitious adult, a self-sufficient adult, an adult that has a steady job, an adult who is investing in a 401k or maybe the stock market. We have to really categorize and call these things out for what they really are. What you might really want is to be with someone that when you have special events like birthdays or anniversaries, they can take you to a nice restaurant and it won't be like, oh, I can't afford this. But you'd be surprised, making 70,000, some people only making 50, right? Can do a lot of things with that money, because I'm sure you can think of examples, or maybe you can Google it after listening to this, where people can make a lot of money, but they can also fumble all of that money that they have by making reckless decisions. So essentially what some women are really saying is that they want a person who makes their money work for them in the best ways possible. They want someone who's financially responsible. So now let me talk to the men about this. Please understand that it is 2023, okay? Women are working too, okay? I know people don't want to accept this, but this is the reality. Gender roles are very exact in a way where, because women are working and have been arguably since even before the 1970s, okay? Think about Madam C.J. Walker. She was, thriving, and that was way before the 1970s. So women have been working for a long time, and men can cook and clean. So when you come, and I don't like using this term because it just sounds like a business endeavor. This term, what can you bring to the table? Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll do another episode about breaking down why that phrasing is problematic. But the point is both men and women are cooking, cleaning, working. Okay? So what does that mean? What should you look for in a relationship? You should look for a person who is just a great person, a person who makes you laugh, a person who is kind, a person who can show up for you. We get into these things that don't even matter. She has to know how to cook all of my meals and clean. And of course, I understand that it's nice to have a person who will cook nice meals for you and throw down in the kitchen. But my question also is, what were you doing before this woman came along? Were you not cooking your own meals? Were you not cleaning your own apartment or your own space? I think that relationships work out best when two people just bring their best selves to and I'm going to use this problematic phrasing again, but to the table. You show up in ways where you're strongest. If your person doesn't know how to cook, you can cook. If you're looking like, oh, I don't like how they clean that, you clean that. I think that it's hard to get into these traditional, maybe 1950s, 1940s roles because men and women are doing things for themselves. Since women are working, sometimes they're tired after a long day of work. And it's hard to jump into cooking right away. Maybe if, the man sees the woman is tired as him, because she is working hard too. Maybe one night it's like, hey, let's just get some takeout. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't want what you want. This channel, the purpose of it is not to control people and say, you need this, you need that, men should this, women should this. No, you have every right to like what you like, love what you love. But I think that people are looking for things in a relationship that don't even matter, really. They don't matter, or they have like a really strange way of looking at things and wonder why they're not getting this nice doting person that they can get along with. It's because people aren't reflective, sitting down and really thinking about the things that truly matter. And a lot of people are using the internet and social media to guide what they want in a relationship, and thinking that love isn't this subjective thing. As I've said in one of my past sessions, love is very subjective. You know what you want, you know what you need, and you know who you are. So think about you. Be in a relationship that works for you. Stop letting just social media videos tell you what you want. You know what you want. You know who you are. You've been on this earth. You're listening to this maybe for the past 20 to who knows 50 years. You know yourself. Maybe you're not a morning person and you need to be with a person who understands that it's all of those little tiny things. Maybe you are a career woman and you need to be with a man who knows that you're just going to be busy a lot and that like every night you can't cook full on meals. Maybe you're a man who's not okay with a woman doing everything and anything for you, and you prefer a woman who's more lenient. Whatever your thing is, just follow it. But I repeat, looking at sex and just finances are not going to get you the partner that you need. Are those things that you completely throw out the window? No. But we need to look at those softer, more loving things. the concept of love used to be so fun and dreamy and romantic, and people, I don't know if this is the right term. It's terrible that I don't know the right term because I'm a writer. But people have tried to politicize love or commodify, especially when we think about social media and video, different YouTube videos. People have really tried to commodify love, make love so stringent and restrictive. No, be with that person who just makes you feel good, like your spirit. They are your best friend and they are right for you, that person that you can really see yourself growing with. We try to have these just so hard restrictions that lead us to the worst people. So maybe I'll definitely do a deeper dive. Maybe I'll do a 10 things that you should look for in a relationship type video, 20 things. And once again, this is not mind control. The point of these videos aren't, I want you all to think like me, right? Never. We're all different. We're all unique. We have different experiences, and that should be cherished and celebrated. However, my role here is to offer people critical ways to think about relationships and life that you may not always hear people talk about. Just an open discourse of why relationships fail, of why you can't find that person that you want. Just thinking about things that just can go very wrong if you don't have the right mindset. So this session is a little longer than I wanted it to be. Just rambling on and on, but it was very important for me to really express and offer you all just deep ways of thinking about what you really want in a relationship. So I am going to end this podcast on that note. Thank you so much for listening. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it. It really, really helps. The more you all share the videos, subscribe to it, like it, the more traction that the channel can receive. So once again, hope you loved the topic. Even if you didn't like the topic, go ahead and share. If you want to say you are wrong in the comment section, that's fine. Oh, and always remember to share your thoughts about things you want me to discuss next, because this is Speak Your Soul. This is, really about you all, even though I have random topics that I would like to discuss here and there. This channel won't grow if you don't speak your soul and share your opinion. But yep, have a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world.